All right, so I'm making this video because something interesting just came across my timeline from a friend, and I want to connect that with a past video that I did on No-See-Ums and the news stations actually broadcasting them, right? And so what you see here is one of the videos or one of the news station broadcasts made a video September 2025 of last year. And this specifically was for Las Vegas, Nevada. And on here, you can see that they are talking about no-see-ums, right? So this was interesting because the way that they had talked about no-see-ums was this pest that was outside and it was bothering people outside. Well, what's interesting is that recently a celebrity, she is a comedian. Her name is Lunell, and she's an outspoken comedian. And she got sick battling cellulosis. But the thing that she mentioned, which was really interesting, because this is recent, is that she mentioned no-see-ums. She says, well, I thought it was attributed to a mosquito, but it actually may be a new bug flying around Las Vegas, ironically called no-see-ums, because damn it, you can't see them. So this is proof that we are not crazy. When a known celebrity, and you can see Vin Rames right there in the background, there's some other celebrities that you may or may not recognize, right? But you can see that she's getting love and support from her friends, families, and others behind this issue. And I'm sure if she's saying that there are no-see-ums on this video post, that she told her celebrity friends what they were. So now we have verifiable proof or irrefutable proof or credible proof that somebody in the higher ups per se in the celebrity atmosphere, right? I'm not saying that she is a A-lister or anything like that, but I'm saying that she is a celebrity and she's a comedian and she's outspoken and she has friends in higher places. And she's speaking on this no-see-um issue. She thought it was something else, but she said, ironically called no-see-ums. And she said, I thought it was attributed to mosquitoes. So, which means that she just became aware of the issue that we know has been happening for years, if not for decades. I thought this was very interesting. You might want to check this out. It's on TikTok is where she made the video. And so, yeah, you have to look at this because in September of last year, Las Vegas puts out a report on no-see-ums, right? And then we have a celebrity that speaks out on the issue only because she became sick. If she didn't become sick, she would have never known anything about it. But the problem is she's feeling it, or they're probably talking to her about it from the perspective of, oh yeah, there are these bugs that are outside. I don't know if she spoke on anything about being infested in her home, infested in her car, infested on her body versus just getting bit by something. So I thought that was very interesting, okay? Just want to let you know that. Let's go over here real quick. This is the No-See-Um Facebook group. I have promoted this group before on previous videos, and at that time, it was not at 1.4K members. So if you look at previous videos and you see this group, you'll see that it was at 500 and 700. Now it's at 1.4K members. So it is a growing issue that cannot be denied. It's interesting that doctors are saying they never heard of it, but yet she is in the hospital where they told her what the issue was. And if she's in the hospital, that means she's around doctors. So how can doctors say they've never heard of it when there's a doctor treating a celebrity for the very issue that we're saying we are facing as well too all across the world? Very, very interesting. And do not forget about the petition. This petition was started about 9 months ago, right? Almost 10 months ago. And it is at 220 signatures, and it is growing even more than it was before. And I have recently changed the petition to add the public health department as well as the CDC. And when I did that, I noticed this widget popped up on the petition. This widget was not here before, if I'm not mistaken. You can look at past videos and see, but I don't remember this widget being here before. Now the widget is here. And the cool part is now it has the decision makers right here. The Centers for Disease Control, the CDC, and the United States of Health and Human Services. Even though I know it's a world issue, but we all know that the United States does influence a lot of the world, and the United States works with the world. So hopefully if we can get some support and some awareness from them, we can get some more help. There's also a lot more people that have been supporting. There are a lot more comments than there was before. As you can see, people have been commenting, which is a beautiful thing, so that we can see verifiable or credible signatures, right? Because in order to vote or in order to sign this petition, you have to verify yourself. So you see we have people who have commented. There are also a lot of supporters on the back end. If I was showing you the back end, you'll be able to see that a lot of people have donated. A lot of people have donated, whether it's $4 to $21 to $50. People have donated in order to make this even more aware, because when you donate here, it just boosts this petition. That's the cool thing about it. When you donate, it just automatically boosts the petition. It puts it in more people. If we can get to 500 to 1,000, that's going to be a game changer for us, because they're not going to be able to refute, or they're not going to be able to say, yeah, well, Facebook, that could be bots. Facebook, that's not necessarily credible. Yeah, they can say that there, but that defeats the whole purpose of change.org. Change.org is all about credibility. That's the reason why I said in previous videos that I was putting my reputation on the line, my credibility on the line, because you have to show some kind of profile image. Now, you don't have to show your face, but I decided to show my face, right? So that way you can understand this is a human behind this. This is a person who's suffering, but this is a fighter. You know, this is not a robot. And obviously my name is on there. So my likeness is on the line. And I've said this before, a lot of people don't want to show their face. A lot of people don't want to even use their real name because it will be used against them, whether it's their job, their family, or even people in higher places. So it does take a little bit of a sacrifice for us to publicly put ourselves out there. And I'm not judging anybody who don't want to do that. But if I always say this, if I don't do it, who will? You know, and that's the reason why I started this petition for this particular problem. I even updated the petition's name, not just added the new decision makers, but I updated it to add hidden parasites. Some people that might turn off, and some people will refute that, you know, say, no, we should just keep it about No-See-Ums. And I understand why you may think that, but at the same time, it's bigger than No-See-Ums. We're only calling these things No-See-Ums because we don't see them. The same way she just said it right here. Ironically called No-See-Ums because, damn it, you can't see them. Well, the things that we can't see are hard to identify. And that's where the whole parasites, the hidden parasites part comes in. And that's why the word No-See-Um is just a general term. We're just using this term because we don't know what else to use, because we don't know what they're called. And the scientists and the doctors and the entomologists, they won't publicly say what this is. So we are kind of, you know, at their mercy to a degree, because we have to do our own homework and learn from other underground methods, right? Or unofficial methods to learn about what's going on. So that's the reason why I updated this to No-See-Ums and hidden parasites, because we're dealing with a multitude of things. We're just calling it No-See-Ums because we don't know what it is. So please, if you haven't already, sign the petition, help us get to 1,000. Our next goal is 500, but we want to get to 1,000 plus. And based on what I saw on change.org, when I ended up editing the petition, I saw that at 100 signatures, they send an email, or they try to reach out to the decision makers. So I don't know what they'll do at 500. I'm hoping that it'll happen again. They'll send an email out to the decision makers. But at the end of the day, we are getting momentum. That's the thing. I don't want to call this a movement or anything like that. To me, it's a mission. And I know I haven't been on here in a while. That's because I am dealing with this myself, let alone dealing with other personal challenges and hills to climb. But this just makes it more dramatic. And so that's why you haven't seen me. However, I'm back. I'm here. I'm going to still keep making videos, keep adding more content to the channel. Remember, I'm not a scientist. I am not a doctor. I can't diagnose you. I am not prescribing. I'm not giving anybody any professional advice. This is just my interpretation. This is just my experience mixed with other experiences. And we are going to share other experiences on this channel. I'm going to start doing live streams where people can hop on and they can share their story. And we used to do Zoom before, but now I'm going to use StreamYard in order to do that, so we can have people hop on, share their story, and we can keep making awareness about this issue. And that's it. That's what I wanted to share with you all, that I'm still here. I hope you're still here, and we have to continue to work together, but we're not alone. And I can tell you right now, if one celebrity feels it, right? We already know people in higher places feel it. We know this, right? But the fact that this is now publicized, this gives us more evidence, more data points to say, okay, you know it's not just you. You're not alone. If a celebrity is willing to publicize this and she was sick in the hospital, you know, these are big things that we have to take as a victory to a degree of our own awareness, intuition, our own beliefs, that this is not something that's in our heads, because that's what they've been trying to diagnose us as, delusional, right? It's not in your head. Don't let your family, your friends, or doctors make it seem like it's in your head. No, this is real. It's happening everywhere. And there are bigger issues at stake here that we have to tackle one piece at a time. All right, fam. Hopefully this has helped y'all. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. If you have any insight, put it in the comments. Please like the video. It helps the algorithm and helps share this with everybody. And if you want more videos, you already know what to do. Subscribe to the channel so that way you can get those notifications. All right, y'all. Peace.